A calculation to determine who has a pass advantage, who has a rush advantage for this coming weekend. The Texans have a .07 pass advantage, and they have a pretty significant no rush advantage, negative rush advantage. The Ravens have a .05 pass advantage, and they have a pretty significant offensive rush advantage. So, in a large part of that is Lamar running their week 1 matchup. Lamar had a very low QBR, but a very significant 6 carries for 38 yards. So, they're going to have to probably contain him and collapse the pocket, keep him in the pocket, contain. Probably going to have to figure out what they're going to do with their rush. The Packers have a .03 pass advantage, and they have a pretty significant disadvantage, rush advantage. 49ers have a .09 pass advantage, and they have a huge significant .4 rush advantage. So the Packers are going to have to figure out how to stop 49ers rush, probably blitz a lot, and try to get their rush game going. The Buccaneers have a .14 pass advantage, and they have a huge disadvantage in the rush game. The Lions have a pretty significant almost .3 pass advantage, and they have a .1 rush advantage. So Buccaneers, like the Packers, are going to have to figure out how to stop the Lions rush game as well as get theirs going. Probably have to blitz a lot. The Chiefs have a .01 pass advantage, .1 disadvantage in the rushing game. The Bills have a .1 disadvantage in passing, and a .2 in the rush advantage. So the Bills are going to have to probably ground out the game, rushing. Josh Allen's going to probably have to make some plays, his feet, and Chiefs are going to have to, just like Texans will have to, Lamar is probably contain Josh Allen, not let him run, force him to pass, and the Bills will have to do the same with Mahomes, contain him, not let him scramble and collapse the pocket and try to figure out how they're going to get the rush. The way I figured out these numbers was I took the team stats from NFL.com website, and I took the average, and I divided the team's total yards by that average. Since this was defensive passing yards, I multiply it by a -1, then I added it to 1. So you can see the teams with the lower defensive passing yards have better score here. And that's where I took this number from, and then that's how I subtracted from the defensive pass yards, which is right here. So the better teams have a larger number, so 0.2 here. Dolphins has a 46.98, one of the better teams in the NFL passing, so they get a 0.2, which is one of the larger numbers. And I did the same with NFL offensive rushing and defensive rushing. What I did was I took the index match formula, pulls that number, and I did a subtraction here. Their pass offense by the opposing team's pass defense, and you get difference. And if it's positive, that means the offense has a pass advantage, and if it's negative, that means the defense has a disadvantage. Depending on how large the number is, that's how significant the disadvantage or advantage is. Then I did an if-then statement, and if this number is greater than 0, it tells you they have a positive pass advantage, or if it's not greater than 0, then they have a negative pass advantage. And I took did a greater than statement. This number is greater than this number, then this team has more of a pass advantage of 2 offenses.